More and more people are moving to Mexico, and if you're watching this video, you're probably wondering why. So keep watching. I'm going to share with you the top reasons why you should consider moving to Mexico. Hello everyone, my name is Mariana, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you some of the top reasons why you should consider living or retiring in Mexico. Now, I'm not saying that you should pack your bags right away and get on the next plane and move here, but if you're doing research on why you might consider moving to Mexico, then you definitely want to watch this video because I'm going to share some very important and top reasons why moving to Mexico could be your best move. Now, I'm going to start off with cost of living because compared to most areas in the world, Mexico offers a much more affordable lifestyle without having to sacrifice good quality of life. The natural beauty, the fresh food, the diversity of scenery, and different activities that you can do year-round, and just the life here are much more comfortable, and living expenses can be really low compared to where you might be living right now. However, your exact budget is going to depend on where in Mexico you want to live, and of course, depending on your lifestyle. I recently interviewed my friend Cherie, who lives in Lake Chapala, and agreed to share her living expenses with you. Now, the biggest determining factor in your budget will be rent and medical insurance. Now, Cherie rents a 2-bed, 2-bath condo in the middle of the city center, and water is included. She pays $600 a month for that. Now in Mexico, utilities are paid every 2 months, but Cherie was able to break that down for us, and she pays anywhere between $15 to $30 every 2 months in utilities. Her healthcare insurance is $150 a month. She does have a personal trainer and a Spanish teacher, which she pays $13 an hour. Her internet is $20, and her groceries are about $30 a week, which comes out to roughly $120 a month. Now, Cherie's total monthly budget is close to $2,000 a month. She does live by herself in the Lake Chapala, Ajijic area of Jalisco, and she says that she spends quite a lot of her money on traveling and doesn't really restrict any of her purchases, so she lives very comfortably on $2,000 a month. Now, $2,000 a month might be completely out of your budget. So I want to give you another example of another person that I interviewed. I interviewed my friend April, who lives in San Cristobal de las Casas. And her family of 4 actually lives on less than $2,000 a month. So same amount as Cherie, but this is a family of 4. And I want to give you a breakdown of some of April's monthly expenses. For rent in the San Cristobal de las Casas area, April and her family of 4 pays around $430 US a month, which is, she actually pays 8,400 pesos a month. And that includes, she mentioned Wi-Fi, water, cable, electricity. So $430 a month for her family of 4 to live in the city center of San Cristobal de las Casas. And as you can see, the biggest variable in some of your expenses in Mexico, or your cost of living, will most likely be around rent. And it's actually not unusual to find very affordable 2-bedroom, 2-bath houses in various cities of Mexico that rent for as low as $300 a month, or somewhere around the 6,000 pesos a month. It's absolutely common. So based on what type of lifestyle you want to have, whether you want a house to be furnished or unfurnished, whether you want it to be right in the middle of a city center, whether you want to live in a more touristy area versus not, an expat area versus not, your cost of living in Mexico can actually be very, very low. Another reason you should consider Mexico for you to move to is you can actually pick your ideal temperature in Mexico. Now, because Mexico is very close to the equator, that means that the hot areas are usually always hot and the temperate areas are usually always cool. Now, there aren't many areas in Mexico with drastic weather conditions like snow for weeks. However, Mexico is a very big country, and there are different climates that range from hot, arid, humid, temperate, cool, rainy, so surely there is something for anyone here. There are also many famous and popular beaches in Mexico where that might be your ideal setting. And not only are the beaches in Mexico beautiful, by the way, but there's they vary a lot from the north to the south in both topography to scenery to even in some cases climate. Now, Mexico tends to have two seasons, a dry and a rainy season. The coastal areas in the south tend to be humid and hot, and the central highland areas in the middle tend to have temperate weather with the heaviest rainfalls going somewhere between June through September. And if you like drier weather, but you want to be close to the beach, then you can live in the Baja Peninsula, which tends to have a Mediterranean climate, and it's very much like San Diego, but at a fraction of the cost. Now, another important reason why you should consider moving to Mexico is because of healthcare and health insurance. Now, if you talk to any expat about their experience in Mexico with any healthcare experiences, you will probably get overwhelmingly good reviews. Many of the doctors in Mexico have not only trained in the US, but have continued their training in either Europe or the US. And as a result, you'll find some doctors in Mexico that speak English. In Mexico, the private hospitals are modern, they're well equipped, they have really great infrastructure, and it makes it of international standards. For example, it's not unusual to pay a normal doctor $10 to $20 a visit and pay $20 to $40 a visit for a specialist. And that's not a copay. I'm talking like this is out of pocket without insurance. So that's why many expats living in Mexico prefer or choose to self-insure, meaning that they simply pay out of pocket for any of their medical visits and end up not buying health insurance. Now, to give you an idea of how inexpensive health insurance is, I'll share what Cherie pays for her health insurance. She is a 67-year-old single female retiree who has no pre-existing conditions and pays $150 a month for health insurance that covers her locally in any private hospital in Mexico. There are also plenty of international plans that cover you not only in Mexico, but also cover you in the US. And I have read reports of these being as low as $250 a month. Of course, depending on your age, any pre-existing conditions, your current health, and then, of course, the coverage network. Another reason you should consider moving to Mexico is because there are several established expat communities. Now, foreigners from all over the world have discovered the beautiful, vibrant, and affordable lifestyle available here in Mexico. Some areas have a higher concentration of expats than others. Cities, for example, like Ajijic, Puerto Vallarta, San Miguel de Allende, those have thousands of expats living there. So why is that worth mentioning to you? Well, moving to a foreign country can be hard. It can be hard to make new friends and get yourself established, and it can make your transition more comfortable if you live in an area with a lot of expats, because there will be more English spoken, there will be people like you who can sympathize with the changes that you're adapting to. There will also usually be more activities that you can get involved with if there are other expats around. And areas with more expats tend to have more services and products that you're familiar with. Some other parts of Mexico have fewer expats living in them, but it can be just as valuable to you, especially if you're looking to really immerse yourself in Spanish and the Mexican culture. Now, one of my favorite reasons why you should consider moving to Mexico is the beautiful nature. So not only is the weather in Mexico, for the most part, nice and warm, but the beautiful landscapes that make this beautiful country can be lush, green, amazing. Mexico has miles of coastline. I mean, I'm talking like white sandy beaches. It has rugged mountains, dense jungles. It has a seemingly endless amount of plants and animals. Around the country, you can spot exotic birds of every color and every shape. And because of the availability of dense tropical forest in Mexico, you'll be able to spot sloths, monkeys, jaguars, and in some mountains there are even bears. Mexico's nature is one of the things that amazes people the most because they really didn't expect Mexico to be so biodiverse. And it truly does feel like a paradise. You can experience mountains, waterfalls, hot springs, beaches, and in some cases, all in one day. Another reason you should consider moving to Mexico is because of its rich culture. Now, if you love having new experiences, you'll never get bored in Mexico. Mexicans are extremely proud of their heritage and their country, and as a result, there's always a really good reason to have a fiesta in Mexico and throw a party to commemorate some sort of special tradition. It really does seem like every single weekend of every single month, there's something going on in Mexico. Every town has their own specific events, so depending on where you live, you will never run out of things to do. And finally, the last reason why you should consider moving to Mexico is simply for a new adventure. Life can get boring when you do the very same thing over and over again. And Mexico will give you a new adventure, unique cultural experience, and a more affordable lifestyle. So there you have it, guys. Here are some of the top reasons why you should consider moving to Mexico. And I'd love to know from you, what are some of your reasons why you're considering living or retiring in Mexico? Comment down below. I'd love to hear your feedback. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.